All right, lesson 8, the final lesson of the unit. Just finishing off with a couple more percentage problems. All right, example 1. Bianca makes 4 of her 5 free throws in a basketball game. What is her free throw shooting percentage? Okay, well, you always put the total on the bottom. How many shots did she take? She took 5. Well, how many did she make out of those 5? 4. So there's your fraction for figuring out the free throw shooting percentage. Multiply top and bottom by 20. 80 over 100. Her free throw shooting percentage is 80%. And that's really good. All right, part B. Ronaldo makes 9 out of 10 penalty kicks. What is his percentage for making penalty kicks? All right, so the total on the bottom, he took 10 penalty kicks, and he made how many? 9. All right, so just multiply top and bottom by 10. We have 90 over 100, which is 90%. All right, that's also very good penalty kicks percentage. All right, part C. Jessica has 25 pairs of shoes, and 15 of those are tennis shoes. What percentage of her shoes are tennis shoes? That's a lot of shoes. All right, what's the total on the bottom? 25. All right, and what we're looking at is the number of tennis shoes. That goes on top. All right, so we can figure out the percentage now. Multiply top and bottom by 4. So it's simply 60%. All right, of the 200 people surveyed, 130 indicated they voted Barack Obama for president. If Barack Obama and John McCain were the only choices for president, then what percentage of those surveyed must have voted for John McCain? All right, so you have to pay attention to what the question's asking for. I've seen a lot of students do this, just because those were the numbers that were given. All right, well, let's think about this for a moment. There are how many people being surveyed? 200. All right, they're not asking how many voted for Obama. They're asking for the number that voted for John McCain. So if 130 voted for Obama, then 70 must have voted for John McCain. Let's figure out the percentage. All right, so zeros cancel out. Now I could just multiply by 5. That's simple. All right, so 35% voted for John McCain. Part E, Ashley has read 180 of the 250 pages from the book Twilight. What percentage of the book does she still have to read? All right, once again, I see students do this. But let's read the question. What percentage of the book does she still have to read? All right, well, there's a total of 250 pages to the book. She read 180. How many pages are left? 70. All right, so it's 70 over 250. Cancel out the zeros. This is very easy once again. So 28 over 100, 28%. All right, and last one. Some students attend school 180 of the 365 school days in a year. What percentage of the year do they attend school? Okay, so it's going to be 180 over the total. Okay, now here's a little strategy. Since this is a multiple choice problem, look, there's a pretty significant difference between all these percentages, right? So I could slightly manipulate one of these numbers to make the fraction much easier to work out. All right, I'm just going to tweak the 365 to 360. Just a little change in the number, right? But it's going to allow me to simplify this fraction much easier. All right, I could cancel out the zeros here, and I could divide both by 2. You could use a bigger number if you could see that. All right, but I'm just going to start off with a basic number, 2. 9 over 18. I could divide both by 9, which is a half, okay? And a half as a percentage is what? 50%. All right, and the only reason why I did that is because there's such a significant difference between all these percentages. If they were very close to one another, then I would have to be really precise with my calculation. But that's just a little strategy since I'm working with a multiple choice problem here. All right. All right, so my answer is B, 50%.